Have you ever felt like your mind is a wild horse, galloping in 1,000 different directions at once? You try to study, but a notification pops up. You try to work, but your thoughts drift to weekend plans. You're not alone. This is the story of a young boy named Ali, and it might just be your story too. Ali was a bright kid, one of the smartest in his town. But he had a problem, a big one. He could never focus. His mind was like a restless bird, flitting from one branch to another. One moment he'd be thinking about his homework, the next about a new video game, and then what his friends were up to. He was constantly distracted, a slave to every little interruption. His father, watching him with concern, once told him, "Son, your mind is like a wild horse. If you do not learn to tame it, it won't just run wild. It will drag you in the wrong direction, far away from where you want to go." Ali heard the words, but he didn't truly understand the danger of an undisciplined mind. Not yet. Feeling lost, Ali's father took him to see a Guruji, a wise old teacher who lived in a serene garden on the outskirts of their town. The Guruji listened patiently as Ali described his scattered thoughts and his inability to concentrate on anything for long. Instead of giving a long lecture, the Guruji simply smiled and handed Ali a small glass, filled to the very brim with water. "Your task is simple," the Guruji said gently. "Walk around this entire garden and return to me without spilling a single drop." It sounded easy enough. Ali took the glass, his eyes fixed on the shimmering surface of the water. He took his first step, then another, carefully. But then, a bird began to sing a beautiful melody. Ali's head turned for just a second to find it. Splash. A little water spilled over the edge. He refocused, annoyed with himself. He continued walking, his jaw tight with concentration. But then he heard the rustling of leaves in the wind, a sound like a soft whisper. He glanced at the dancing trees. Splash. More water spilled. As he neared the end of his walk, a group of children burst into laughter while playing a game nearby. Their joy was infectious, and Ali couldn't help but smile and look their way. In that moment of distraction, a significant amount of water sloshed out of the glass. When Ali finally returned to the Guruji, the glass was nearly half empty. He looked down, ashamed. "I failed," he mumbled. The Guruji's eyes were kind. He took the glass from Ali and said, "You didn't fail, you learned. This glass is like your goal, your purpose in life, the water inside. That is your focus, your attention, your energy. And the birds, the leaves, the laughing children, those are the distractions of the world. They are not bad in themselves, but if you let them pull your attention away from your purpose, you will lose your focus, drop by drop. Before you know it, what you were trying to protect will be gone." The Guruji's words hit Ali like a bolt of lightning. For the first time, he understood. It wasn't about being smart. It was about being focused. The most brilliant mind in the world is useless if it cannot be directed towards a single point. Discipline wasn't a punishment. It was the tool that would allow him to achieve his goals. That day marked a turning point for Ali. The journey of change wasn't easy. It began with small, deliberate actions. He started waking up at the same time every single day, no matter how much his body wanted to stay in bed. He set a timer for his phone use and put it away completely when he was studying or reading. Whatever he did, whether it was eating a meal or talking to a friend, he practiced giving it his full, undivided attention. His most important practice became meditation. Every morning he would sit in silence for just 5 minutes, focusing on his breath. At first, it was torture. His mind would wander off after just a few seconds. Thoughts about the day, worries, and random ideas would flood his consciousness. But he remembered the lesson of the glass of water. Each time his mind wandered, he would gently, without judgment, pull it back to his breath. Pull it back to the task at hand. It was a constant battle. Some days were harder than others. There were times he felt like giving up, convinced his mind was just untamable. But he persevered. He kept pulling his focus back again and again and again. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, things began to change. The 5 minutes of meditation became 10, then 15. The storm in his mind began to calm, replaced by a quiet, steady resolve. He was no longer a passenger being dragged by a wild horse. He was becoming the rider. A year later, a national competition was announced. It was a prestigious academic challenge where participants had to solve a series of incredibly complex problems under immense pressure. Everyone knew Ali was intelligent, but they also knew about his lack of focus. Many doubted he stood a chance. On the day of the competition, the hall was buzzing with nervous energy. Students were frantically reviewing notes, their anxiety palpable, but Ali was an island of calm in a sea of chaos. He sat at his desk, closed his eyes, and took a few deep breaths, just as he had practiced every morning. When the timer started, he didn't panic or look at what others were doing. He looked at the first problem and thought of the glass of water. This problem was his glass. His entire focus was the water within it. He ignored the ticking clock, the shuffling of papers, and the whispers around him. He simply dedicated his entire mental energy to solving that one question. Once he solved it, he moved to the next, and then the next, giving each one the same singular, unwavering attention. He wasn't just solving problems. He was practicing his discipline. Hours later, when the results were announced, a hush fell over the crowd. The winner was Ali. He had not only solved all the problems but had done so with a clarity and precision that amazed the judges. As he stood on the stage, Ali finally understood the true power of his father's words and the Guruji's lesson. He had proven that a disciplined mind is a force more powerful than raw talent, more reliable than luck, and even more effective than sheer intelligence. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. From that day on, Ali was known not just as the smart boy, but as the boy who mastered his mind. His story serves as a powerful reminder for all of us. Your mind can be your greatest asset or your worst enemy. The choice is yours. Start small, be consistent, and learn to tame the wild horse within. Because with a disciplined mind, there is truly nothing you cannot achieve. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content that helps you build a better life. We'll see you in the next video.